I have always liked older women. When I was a 7th grader, I had a crush on Veronica, an 8th grader. But she dated only high school guys. Her boyfriend was a sophomore and on the varsity football team. Veronica was the captain of the junior high cheerleaders, and since she liked football players, I joined the junior high team. The coach made me a water boy, and after a couple of games I realized that I should have joined the band. They got to sit and watch the game, and consequently had a good view of the cheerleaders, while I sat on the sidelines watching the other football players. In April, the junior high school held its annual spring dance. I went in hopes of dancing with Veronica, but she wasn't there. Apparently, she only attended high school dances. The following week, the high school would be having its spring dance, and I decided I'd go. I tried to persuade 2 of my best friends, Esteban and Richie, to come with me, but they said the high school students would make fun of us, or worse, beat us up. I told them that we had the right to go to any school dance or activity. Esteban laughed out loud and said, "Hello, we're in junior high. We have no rights." It took my PlayStation to convince them. If they came to the dance, they could borrow the PlayStation for 3 days, or 1 week if we got beat up. I volunteered to walk over to the high school and buy the dance tickets, and my friends said they'd pay me later. The secretary at the front office told me the student council was selling the tickets, and she gave me directions to the room where they met. I walked down the hall feeling as if I didn't belong, but I reminded myself that in a couple of years, I'd walk that hall every day. There were about 15 kids in the student council room, and I wasn't sure whom I should ask, so I spoke to the whole room. "Excuse me, I'd like to buy 3 tickets for the spring dance," I said. The students all stared at me. There were 2 guys sitting across from each other, playing poker, and one of them spoke up. "Are you in high school?" "No," I said. "What grade are you in?" the other one asked. "7th," I said. He tossed a penny into the pile in front of him. "What's your name?" he asked. "Romero Rios," I said. A girl with wild curly hair and glossy red lips was sitting at a desk with a gray tin box in front of her. She leaned back in her chair and grinned at me. "This is a high school dance, not a junior high dance." "I can go if I want. I have the right to go to any school dance or activity," I said. One of the guys laughed. "You're in junior high. You have no rights." The other students joined in the ha-has. Then I recognized the guy's laugh. A month earlier, my English teacher had given the class extra credit points for watching the high school drama club rehearse a Shakespeare play. Every time one of the actors messed up a line, the guy who was laughing at me now would jump in and make fun of him. And every time, the actor would throw his arms up and respond with the same sentence. "What is this, the Spanish Inquisition?" Then both guys would shout in unison, "Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition!" And all the actors would laugh. I didn't get it, but I knew it worked. I threw my arms up. "What is this, the Spanish Inquisition?" I said. The 2 poker players laughed and answered, "Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition," and they let me buy 3 tickets. The girl with the tin box stood up and put out her hand. "That will be $9 for you and your dates," she said, smiling. I paid her and walked out happily. Mom wouldn't let me wear a t-shirt to the dance. She said I should at least wear a shirt with a collar. She tried to make me wear a white shirt, but I told her I was going to a dance, not church. She bought me a blue one, and I barely got away without a tie. The dance was at the high school gym from 8 to 12, and I told my friends we should meet there at 8:30 to be fashionably late. They weren't out front when my parents dropped me off, so I waited outside a few minutes. I could hear the music, and I imagined myself dancing with Veronica. I went inside, and the place was practically empty. There were a few guys leaning against the wall, and a couple of teachers at the entrance. 2 guys were selling sodas, popcorn, and pickles at a table in the lobby. The gym was rather dim, lit only by the flashing colored lights the DJ had at his table. I walked across the basketball floor to the bleachers, where some girls were sitting in groups of 3 or 4. I didn't see any guys on the bleachers, but I sat down anyway and carefully studied the girls' silhouettes while waiting for my friends. None of the girls looked like Veronica.